Oh my goodness.
Hey.
We still do this?
What is this?
Hi, I'm Al. Welcome to CiNEMACHiNE. I'm here with Brandon.
That's Brandon.
Hello there.
And Ryan.
Howdy.
Oh man, it's so good to be back. So we had some health. We had some football drafts. We had a little bit of everything that got in the way.
Yep.
So yeah, glad that everybody's back to their old selves. So I saw that you guys did a Cape cast the other night.
Yep.
I'm traveling. That's why I'm here. So
I thought you were on. You hired an interior decorator from a hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want Residence Inn, Holiday Inn. Can you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I'm gonna get the Motel 6 to come over and make my place real nice. Bed bugs and all.
Oh, do you run out of liquid death? What is this? What is this crap
I'm
that
sorry.
you're drinking?
Perrier. That's right. Perrier.
Gosh.
I felt if my movies were going to be pretentious. Hey, what's up, man?
Basement Blues.
Yeah. So we've all been buying a bunch of physical media, which we'll talk about. But I did tag Basement Blues, which Tony over there. I hit him up. I said, "Yeah, you inspired me." I had to buy like every version of something because I feel like I'm not doing it justice. So it's a sickness at this point. So yeah,
that is a little worrisome for your wallet there.
Well, now that we got all these Patreon dollars coming in, we're fine.
Yeah, right.
Right. I mean,
Yep.
Brandon and I don't see any of it, but other than that.
Speaking of physical media,
yeah,
you guys see that new T2 30th anniversary?
Oh, yeah, you did send that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Amateur.
Bush League over here.
Oh man, who's calling you at 9 o'clock?
I know. Probably your dad. I just want to call you, son. Tell you roll tide.
Hey, well,
Love that. Love that.
Turned on to YouTube, saw you. I didn't know what was going on. You wanted for something? Yeah, this is pretty awesome. Well, I mean, I will probably buy this. How about you guys?
I know Brandon will.
I'm interested in buying
transfer.
This one.
Oh,
there you
comes
go.
With the Indo.
How much is that one?
$150, maybe.
Well, you have the one with the arm already.
Basement Blues got his.
They got mine ordered. Which one did
Nice.
you order, though, Tony?
Both.
I got both ordered. I love this guy so much. Like,
God,
what dream?
What is
it's like?
Does he pay more on his mortgage each month or Blu-rays? Is the question.
Hey, man, hats off. I mean,
yeah.
He's got a family and everything still, and he got a freaking Blockbuster in his basement, so it works out perfect.
Love it.
Love it. We got to have him on this show one time. How about that?
Yeah, no doubt.
Love to. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to get that in. Well, maybe Basement Blues can actually chime in on this. The link that I saw is like a Zavi thing, and it was in like euros or something. So I don't know what it equates to in US.
I can't do no maths.
You know, I can't understand them Britons.
You got all these different kind of swiggly lines on your monies.
Yep.
Exactly.
What kind of money you think Louis Guzman spends?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good times. Good times. Well, that looks awesome. I'm probably not going to spend $150 on it. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I like the movie. I'm just not.
Well, I just, like you were saying, I did not too long ago buy that EndoArm 4K package.
Mhm.
So I do have it on 4K, and I don't think they're doing. I think this is just a reissue of the same transfer, which has kind of been it's kind of controversial, I guess, because they use like a lot of DNR and other things that people are upset about when it comes to removing film grain and things like that. But you watched it at my place, Al. I think we may have even talked about it on here. I actually thought it looked great, personally.
I didn't
I was
mind
surprised.
Mind? Well, I mean, I just ordered the Beetlejuice, the special edition 4K Beetlejuice with all the extra little knickknacks.
Yeah,
I think was it Ryan that sent that over the other day, or was that you?
Brandon.
that was May.
Okay, Brandon. Well, I ordered that as I was driving down the road. Sorry, police officers. I was driving.
He's kidding. He's kidding.
Yeah, that was a joke.
And,
just like to say that
kids.
CiNEMACHiNE does not represent the opinions of the people on this podcast.
$223.62 with shit. Good.
Oh, okay.
Gravy.
Yeah. Not getting that one. Not going to do that.
Gravy.
Send us a picture of yours. Maybe you can come on and do an unboxing on our channel, and we'll just Google over it.
Well, that's both of them combined.
Yeah.
So I mean, well, I think that's pretty nice, but dang,
that's a lot of money.
Then I'm not getting that one either if it's sold out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the sold out one.
Good gravy. Well, Tony must have his kids like on a computer each day. Dad, it's going on sale now. Zing, zing, zing.
Homeschooling, price monitoring. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Good gravy. Well, how many copies of Terminator 2 do you own, Tony? That's what I want to know. Like different copies.
I own at least.
He asked Tony.
5. I know, but there's a delay, so I'm letting Tony.
I'm just kidding, Brandon.
Respond.
Go ahead.
It's okay. I just answered it, so it's over.
4 or 5. My kids are 29 and 26.
Well, between DVD and VHS,
you do not look like you have 29, 26-year-olds.
It's true.
Seriously, you're living life right. Okay, everybody. I want to grow up to be Tony. That's all I'm saying. Dude looks like he's like mid-late 30s. He's doing all right. He's got 29, 26-year-old.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Talk to you, Tom.
All
right. So, well, I mean, hey, there's some. I'm kind of taken aback by that. Dang, that's impressive. You take vitamins. Let's have a health session with Tony later.
What do you do? Do you take vitamins or?
Yeah, we'll get him to help us with our health and our financial. It's like we have financial goals of being able to buy $275 worth of Terminator movies. Or actually like 200, almost 300. All right. So speaking of Arnold
wait, let's figure it
Schwarzenegger-
out. Let's figure out what the price is before we move on.
What did he say? It was like 226 and
I'm just kidding. I was just being facetious.
The show's great. We're 10 minutes in. We haven't started.
We haven't even
SATs.
plugged socials. We're all over the place.
Yeah,
Take
Ryan,
2
what's
weeks
everybody-
off. We don't even know what to do
I'm
anymore.
just excited to see you guys. That's all.
I think we're on YouTube. Just search a CiNEMACHiNE there or something.
And if you don't know where that is, then I don't know how you do it. So
Yeah, right. We're on Instagram at CiNEMACHiNEPod, and we got a Patreon. It's patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNEPod. And I don't know why you would support this, but we appreciate it.
hey man, give us more money. Maybe we'll get better at it. We'll get some lessons or something. Oh,
8.
man.
8, 9.
Kicked you in the teeth, Brandon.
That's your favorite movie, Brandon?
Well, yeah.
So I put on social tonight. I put on our Instagram story my little setup here. So if you're interested in seeing what my hotel podcasting setup or show setup is, it's pretty entertaining. I've literally got a Parody box underneath my computer here, so you can see that on our Instagram. So have fun with
Exclusive.
that. Yeah, trying to give you a peek behind the curtain. And sorry if I sound terrible tonight. I am on AirPods because I forgot my microphone because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do this. But anyway, all right. So we're talking
We
about
appreciate
Arnold
you making the effort.
Well,
Onward despite.
I am excited. Well, speaking of Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're doing a movies. I don't know if a lot of people saw Twins. They're gonna do it with Tracy Morgan as the third in the triplets.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was supposed to be Eddie Murphy for a long time.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
And I mean, this has been.
So Ryan is happy about Eddie Murphy not doing this because he's not a fan.
He's like, all right.
I'll be honest.
Anyway,
I just don't care about this one.
You know,
I don't know.
I liked Twins when it first came out. I saw it in theaters a lot. Did you guys see Twins at all?
I've never seen.
I've
seen clips and stuff of it. Oh, Jinx, buy me some Coke. It
was
but
funny.
No.
Back then, I don't know if it's still. I don't know if it stands up, but it was funny back then. I'll be surprised if anybody goes to watch this. This is, I mean,
yeah, it's
is
just
this
one
a
of the
theater thing or just a direct to digital or whatever streaming.
They haven't said, but I imagine it'll be like an Amazon Prime original type. You know, it'll be like a Coming to America or something that
Crackle. They're Crackle straight to Crackle, like Joe Dirt 2.
Yeah.
You want to watch a bad movie? Watch that movie. Ugh, it's terrible.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
well. Oh, there we go. It's a little late. Maybe the thing Coming to America did well enough that maybe this fall. So, you know, I don't know if anybody cares, but we did mention it on here. I hated that Coming to America, the new one. And I hate that they call it Coming number 2
that was
America.
Doomed to fail.
I mean, it was
just that like too little too late. Just like Dumb and Dumber 2. Like, well, it's the same thing with this one. Like,
I think Coming to America just like spat in our face more so than anything. At least they kind of tried with Dumb and Dumber, or what it was called. What was it called? Dumb and Dumber 2.
I felt that like legit sequel that came out spat in my face. Like I did not enjoy that movie. Saw it in theaters and.
Yeah, well, we've told the story on here. Brandon and I saw it too. Golly! Brandon's uncle was in the.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's just like we said earlier, it's a little too late. I don't have any affinity for it because it just never really watched it. But
are you a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger's comedies? Do you appreciate any of them? Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, I mean, I love Kindergarten
we both
Cop.
like Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
that's still
Last
in
Action
the
Hero
same vein as everything else he does. I mean, it's just a comedy action movie.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way, I love. Trying to think of any other comedies, but yeah, I mean, I like his brand. I mean, for that era, I did. Now I don't know what that looks like, but I guess now is his videos with his miniature ponies. Those are pretty funny. So
whiskey.
So yeah, Ryan, do you like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I just never. I mean, I've seen one here or there, but I don't have like nostalgia for him or anything. It's not something that when I was a kid I watched a lot of. Did
you watch Kindergarten Cop?
A long time ago. Long time ago.
Did you guys see the sequel to that? With Dolph Lundgren, I think.
No, I knew that they made it,
Bill
but I never
Bellamy,
watched it.
I think, was in it.
Interesting.
I'm sure it was really good.
All right, let's really test Tony. Tony, do you own Kindergarten Cop 2? So,
Dude, he owns everything.
let's really test this. He's ordering it right now. Yes, I do.
Just ordered 3 copies.
Yeah, I got 6 different versions. All right, so I do not. Okay, well, hey, we respect that. So we respect that.
I don't. I need to push you to your limits. You know, somebody's got to.
Yeah, and if you need a copy of Suicide Squad, Ryan's
That's right. I've got a free one.
That's got you back. All right, so I know something that is really kind of annoying to some people. It's a polarizing conversation, but Christopher Nolan has broken up with Warner Brothers, and he's going to be going over there to Universal Pictures for J. Robert Oppenheimer film. So, what do you guys think about?
I'm so torn on this. I have so much disdain for WB, so it makes me like kind of happy, but at the same time, like how all the comments that he made about movies when COVID started and stuff just seemed a little out of touch. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to side with Nolan when the studio did what he wanted and put his movie out in the middle of a pandemic when there was no theatrical market available.
Right. I also saw an article today saying they lost like $50 million because of that exclusive run. Yeah. Estimated.
Well, here's the thing, man. These people are privileged to make movies, but at the same time, he makes big blockbuster movies, but he's holding on to being like an auteur of sorts. And I don't know that he is that really. I think he's almost like a Michael Mann at this point. But it's his career. I can understand wanting to jump ship, wanting to hold on to that, be that last bastion of hope, and to hold on to the movie theaters. But we go into some more news that just came out, and it might not be what he wants. It might just be that he is forced to do what he doesn't want to do, no matter where he goes, because Paramount just came out and said that, hey, we're postponing Mission Impossible 7, Top Gun.
I think I saw Top Gun has had like 8 release dates now.
Yeah, and Jackass movie, all that stuff, they're pushing it back because they've decided that, hey,
I grabbed the wrong graphic. Sorry.
Oh.
Everybody gets a break this week. Hey, Mulligan, everybody. That's right.
There you go. There it is.
It's all right. Sorry. Tom Cruise is on every single graphic. Works out. But yeah, I mean, this is pushed back. Ryan, I know that you're terrified that this may catch on and other studios might start postponing, and once again, James Bond will be postponed.
Well, you got to be nervous about it. You're a damn kid.
I think Brandon has a button just for that on his.
Don't want to punch a hole through the poster that I have up on the wall for the last 3 years, but
Your child's gonna be 6. That movie finally comes out. What's that, Daddy?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Does this give you guys any pause? Or are you just like over this at this point? Because I mean, we've talked ad nauseum about our movies back, so on and so forth. So, are you guys just over it at this point?
Basement Blues is correct. It better come out on time.
Well, it comes out next week.
I'm quitting the show.
Isn't it like next weekend that it's coming out?
I don't even know. I don't keep up with it on purpose. I don't want to know. Just when it's here.
You don't want to get your heart broken anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to meet up and go see it, and then go to Waterloo.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, my plan was for Bond, like a lot of people, I'm sure, was to rewatch the first 4.
I'm still.
And then it kept getting kicked down the road, and I just, lost interest to do that.
Yeah.
And now
Look,
it's
I'm all talk. I'm gonna
now it's
rewatch
pretty
it,
much
and I'm gonna
here.
go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All bark.
I'm very excited about that movie, though. I know that Ryan is, obviously, but we talked about it a lot. But I love what Cary Fukunaga did with True Detective, solely that series, and I'm just really excited to see what he's done with this movie.
Sure.
So, yeah, that guy, he was actually, I think he was supposed to direct the 2 It movies.
Yeah, he was.
And then he backed out.
Well, they kind of pushed him out because they didn't like his story. October 8th, 2021. So Tony's running our news.
It's
department
coming.
now.
Well,
Tentatively.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
We'll see.
I mean, here's the thing, man.
Let me
These
lay
are
it
big-
down for you.
These are
Here's
big
the thing,
titles. Hey, man. People are gonna watch Top Gun 2. I mean, you've got so many people like in my dad's generation that I mean, a lot of people, that was like their favorite movie. My dad and I, when I was a kid, we did that high five like that, where you go underneath and five like that. We did
Did I
that.
play
all the
volleyball
time.
and with no shirt on?
Oh, I wasn't
I
allowed
feel
to
the
go outside
need.
without a shirt. I wasn't allowed to go outside without a shirt on because of skin cancer. So, but yeah, I mean,
sorry. go
yeah,
ahead.
but I'm just saying that's one that I think that's piqued a lot of people's interest, whether they have to watch it at home or whatever. But the more this goes on, the more that the industry itself keeps playing these games, the more people are going to be like, who cares anymore? Just show it to me in my house, because that's already happening. But
Yeah, I think they're
that-
just like I think these people all have their heads in the clouds so much. It's just
but that's what I'm
it's-
saying.
It's just like the director stuff, like
That's exactly
Denis Villeneuve,
ties
like
all together.
like it's just crazy the mentality that they have with,
But like
with
Chris,
what's going on.
you were frustrated with Christopher Nolan,
Right.
But these studios are just as silly about all this stuff. I personally love going to the movie theater. I would prefer they still have a movie theater experience, not just for tentpole movies. I like to go to a movie theater and watch the movies that I like as well. The art house theaters or whatever. And
I think they
understand
like
James-
to. I think
ahead.
they like to like preach that they're all about the theater experience when
they're all about
like
the bank
if that was
experience.
true, exactly. If that was true, then if they got a limited run in an IMAX theater, it's great. Like they would encourage everybody to go there.
Yeah.
They want money. Like that's what they want. They're just
It'd be
hiding
like
behind
those.
this artistic
remember
thing.
when you go to the movie and they always have those Fathom events coming up,
Yeah.
the like U2 concert or whatever nobody wants to see, and then they have like a limited time engagement. I think
Mhm.
that's what's going to end up happening to a certain degree. But to be honest with you, I'm turned off. I would say I'm turned off more by the studios than I am by the directors to a certain degree. Now it's very, very, very small, thin line between the two, but I think the studios hold the cards more so than the directors, and they're really. It feels like they're almost pushing this agenda because they want to make it look as though, like you were saying, look as though they care about the movie theaters because maybe they have an agreement with them or whatever it is. And that keeps them out of the lawsuits. But then they go out and they are really pushing for the home experience because they know that's where their money's going to, be.
Mhm.
And you've got a bunch of business people running a creative world now, people that have no business being in a creative world. And
Mhm.
that's what's happening. You got nickel and dime pushers versus people that actually have any creativity in their bones. And that's what drives me crazy the most. And that's been going on for a long time. It's just that they didn't have they got so big for their britches that they didn't have a plan for anything like this. And the thing is that you got to be able to pivot, and they have such a terrible business plan that they cannot pivot.
Here, here.
No, I mean, it's true though. Like studios are that way, but I also think that some of the creators are guilty of that too. Like,
oh, absolutely.
These big name guys we're talking about, like, let's be honest. The people who are going to appreciate a movie on a big screen in a theater it's a very small population, and that population could be satisfied with a limited run. Like, most people are going to get the same thing out of a movie that they get in the theater or whether it's in the theater or at home. So like, it's just kind of I don't know. It's a little bit of a facade.
But it's also like it falls back on the actual theatrical exhibitors too, because they've just kind of dropped the ball with the actual benefit of seeing a movie in theaters, in my opinion. When they can't, we joke about it a lot, but like, I shouldn't have to go and talk to the people at the front and tell them that their stuff's messed up every time I see a movie, or that their sound's not working, or there's always something wrong, typically, when I go to the theaters.
I feel like we're all in that minority though. Like, if you don't get up and say something, probably no one else in the theater is going to get up and say
I'm going to be
it.
honest with you. Most people that go watch movies are more concerned about how loud they can chew popcorn and clap as loud as like a moron.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying.
That's what they shove popcorn in the mouth. It's so annoying. These monsters, these freaking troglodytes going to movie theaters. It's so annoying. So, Al's back. So, but no,
you're a monster. I'm just saying, like, they need
people aren't Karens about movies like we are. So. I want to see the manager. Your aspect ratio.
What's going on
sir?
in Theater 3 is unacceptable.
Now, we all complain about different things, though. I complain about the temperature. I can't stand to sit in a hot theater. I can't stand it. And then I don't need it to be freezing cold, but I can't stand just sitting there sweating. And then if I'm more concerned with the picture than the sound. Brandon is a sound expert. I won't even call you a snob. You're pretty good at like right the sweet spot to sit and everything. So
it's
Ryan
all encompassing for me. You got to have both.
Focuses on the bathrooms at that place, so it works out. But no, I mean, the thing is that if they keep raising the ticket prices and they want us to have that experience, then you have to expect people to want to complain, because especially if you're taking a family of 3 or 4 out. I mean, for crying out loud, that's insane. And why wouldn't you complain if it's not freaking perfect? You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah,
it is.
That's what I was saying. I think they need to be held accountable for. It's expensive to go to the movie theater, and it should be an experience that's worth the money you have to pay to do it.
Right.
So, and serving food is not the answer. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. That just makes people chew louder. I mean, like Ryan and I joke, but it was really distracting, that champagne and all that crap. That was so distracting. And the fleet of waiters and waitresses that went by to help that one group of, well, it was just 2 people, that a couple or whatever they were,
they left like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, they left. They did all their noise, ruined the movie for everybody else, and then they just like, we're done. And they
shattered the bottle on the floor.
Yeah. Hope And then they just like kind of stood in front of the screen as they were walking out. They didn't like they're like watching a scene as they were standing up in front of everybody. I was like people just have no decency. Like I'm traveling this week and I've noticed I think that people forgot how to be outside in public. I really do. I really do think this because
Uh-oh.
so
Hotel internet.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Oh, did
We
I?
lost you for a second.
I said a lot of really.
That's all right. They
insightful
got the point.
Yeah.
things.
we
I said a lot of insightful
That's a good point.
things. Yeah, very good.
People are terrible. So yeah, we agree.
All right. Well,
Dogs,
all right.
All right.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about some. Let's talk about some good news. So Dune is getting some good reviews and already a sequel in 2022 if it's greenlit.
If greenlit,
So
that's the question.
Sequel ready to
thing.
go. Now they have
I'm-
come out and said that box office is obviously important, but because of the nature of circumstances with it, as long as it does good on HBO Max, then sequel plans are pretty positive.
Basement Blues wants to know how people quit knowing how to behave outside.
Well, I said it.
You
when
can just
internet
DM Al
blew
and
up.
he'll let you know.
I've got a 75-minute dissertation like ready to read. So it's like 25
Criterion
pages.
Corner special.
Earth.
How
sucks.
we got our how to put things in plastic. This is how you can act outside.
How to behave outside.
I'm telling you, I've been an 80-year-old man since I was like 8, so it works out. So anyway, I'm excited about Dune. I think we've said it 1,000 times on here. I'm definitely gonna go see this in the theater. So very excited about this experience. I really do think we need to take a road trip together. All see it. Like when I say a road
I'm
trip,
down.
just leave our houses. So that's all I mean.
Yeah.
What's a road trip?
Yeah, exactly. I'll teach you how to act outside.
Yeah.
So
It's coming out here like everywhere else, but in the US, it's dropping like it's coming out like the end of September everywhere else, and then it's like October 22nd here.
That's annoying.
Yep.
you gotta get
Tickets aren't- I keep
subtitles,
checking
man.
when
Can't wait
tickets
to
are gonna be
get
on sale.
spoiled on Twitter.
Yeah, right.
Or it's based on a book, so it's kind of already spoiled for
I
everyone.
haven't read the book.
I wrote the book.
the book.
But yeah, so it is a bummer that it's coming to us late, but what you gonna do? But yeah, we definitely should. I'd love to see this in IMAX or Dolby Cinema or something.
I'll just be glad to see it. Just please let me watch it, and if there's not any idiots in the audience, I'll be even happier. So, and I know what Brandon and Ryan are going to do. They're going to clap at the end just to piss me off. So it's going to work out.
I'm gonna clap
Look
in
at
the
'em.
middle.
Look
I'm
at
gonna
'em
clap
smiling.
because that's what that's the emotion that I've felt at that time, that moment in time. I wanted to clap, and you're not gonna stop me.
I'm
Al's
gonna
having
have
a
a
breakdown.
lawsuit. I'm gonna have a lawsuit. We're gonna make the sequel right there. Well, it's gonna be a great experience. I'm hoping, but I know Ryan. I know Brandon's a big fan, but is Ryan a fan of The Office?
I've seen several episodes. I've never watched it all the way through though.
Okay,
Why are you the way that you are?
that's from The Office, Ryan.
It's just me.
Uh,
Love me as I am.
It's Brent, bitch.
I like how they paused, like they missed the bleeping out the B word, but they bleeped in between the two words.
Yeah, because
That
that's
was-
Brit's drop for Capecast.
Yeah.
When
Brandon
Brit's
made
on.
the edit.
Nice.
Brit, bitch.
Oh, I got you.
This wasn't the time, Brandon.
I was
Um,
trying to pull out my office drops. I think that's all I got.
I got it. I got it loud and clear.
so, yeah, so the Office, they're gonna have an experience that basically puts you in the world of Dunder Mifflin. So,
Yeah. So I talked a
Great.
little bit about the Friends experience.
yeah, I was
thing
gonna
that I went
say,
to.
yeah, you did that.
And this is kind of in the same vein where they're going to have set recreations and props and essentially it's just a big photo op. That's what the Friends things was, a glorified photo op. But it was cool. I mean, and for a property like The Office, it makes sense because the Friends one has been successful and The Office is just as popular, if not more popular than Friends. So
Uh-oh,
I'm
fighting
excited
words in your
to
household.
see that. Not really. Melissa would probably agree that she would probably honestly watch The Office over Friends.
I'd probably go. I don't know. I mean, what was the price tag on the last one? $50.
Yeah, $50 a person. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to be one of those touring things. So they'll probably start in New York and LA and all that, and then I'm sure there'll be an Atlanta one that'll come through, and maybe a town near you, wherever you are.
Maybe. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about some trailers. Did you guys watch
Okay.
Did you guys watch the trailer?
Okay.
Oh man,
Boom.
I was gonna keep going
Boom.
around it.
Yeah, no,
Show's over.
not gonna let you test our relationship.
Do we have
See if
to?
we've grown. We've grown. That's funny.
So funny.
So
Yeah.
Ryan and I talked about this on Capecast, and I wanted to keep it on this
we're
dot
good.
just
We're done.
because
You done?
you're on it, and I like poking the bear. Did you watch it, Al? Though you sent it to us. I'm just curious if you actually watched it.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? Feel free. Speak your mind. Free your mind, Al.
Still, I'm sure these theaters are going to be full of idiots. So
Thanks.
yeah. I didn't say everybody in the theater will be an idiot. I said that
Lots
they're
of
gonna be
bros.
full of idiots.
You said enough.
Not like this. Not like this.
I did see a lot of naysayers about this movie. So a lot of people came out saying,
I'm sure you
why
did.
now
algorithm.
or whatever. But anyway. So,
Yeah. Ryan and I are both pretty excited about it. So
Yeah, I'm excited about
Yeah, I'm excited about it too.
I love that he's frozen. Oh, there he is.
yeah. No, I'm just disdain.
Um,
Well, all right.
Nah.
So, yeah, what?
yeah, what? No, you can't take it. It's so hilarious.
I really do hate these movies.
No, we know. We know. It's all right. Well, if you want to hear Ryan and our thoughts on it, you can go back an episode, watch Capecast. Feel like there's a lot to unpack in this trailer, and we're really excited to see what it actually ends up being.
Yeah, this is like right at the top of my list of things that I'm most excited for. Sorry,
It
Al.
motivated me. Basement Blues may be able to appreciate this. I don't know, or maybe he'll be ashamed of me. But I had only purchased the 4K version of the original Matrix when it came out. And skipped on Reloaded and Resurrections. But after this trailer came out, I was like, you know what? We're going to be rewatching this thing, and I want to watch the best possible version. So today I ordered both the 4K versions of Reloaded and Revolution. So
Well, look at you.
I know. So, yeah, get excited. It's crazy that my two most anticipated movies for this year are Dune and The Matrix, and they're both going to be available here. But those are the ones that are going to put me in a theater. Like I do want to see those theatrically, and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to watch them again on HBO Max. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited about it because this one especially seems like it's going to have a lot of stuff to unpack and like be demand repeat watches.
That I mean, they all are like that's what's fun. One of the things that's fun about them.
Yeah. So Al's gone, which is fine. Oh, Al. There he is. Sorry. Didn't expect you again. All right. Let's keep doing this.
Brandon's filibustering the show. Matrix talk.
All right.
So did you guys
Yeah.
I know when I sent this out.
Did you guys rewatch the trailer?
When I sent this out, you guys said that you were going to skip the latest Mini
I
Saints.
didn't watch it.
Sames.
Yeah. I watched it. I'm excited for this movie. I'm more excited about this movie than finishing The Sopranos.
There's no, I mean, seriously, kids these days.
Yeah. I think I know enough to appreciate this movie.
I'm telling you, man, you're missing out on so much.
I'm not going to not finish it. I'm just saying I don't think I'm going to finish it before the movie comes out. Or, yeah, before the movie comes out. But the trailer looked great. I'll just say that. I mean, I didn't really watch it super intently in terms of trying to pick up plot elements and stuff, but you know I'm a Bernthal guy, so I'm stoked for that. And but yeah, they actually had some stuff with young Tony, like a lot of like dialogue, and it seemed like he's got the mannerisms down pretty good.
The weird thing is he doesn't look that much like James Gandolfini.
I see. I think the opposite. I don't know why. It's weird.
I think he looks kind of. I don't know. He looks kind of off to me. Like it just. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel it's weird. I feel like 100% the other direction.
I don't think it looks like him really at all. But I know it's his son and all. But I'm just saying it really doesn't look like him to me. But
well,
that's me. Whatever. Doesn't bother me. I'm just saying. I just don't. He needs to really do a good job because I don't think it was. I think it was more of a kind of homage to James than it was anything else.
Well, it could come across. I mean, at face value, you could say that it's kind of one of those like stunt casting things, like when they hire actual Marines to play versions of themselves in movies and things, like to kind of it's a selling point. It's a marketing tool really more than anything.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
We'll see. Did you guys see the Don't Look Up trailer, the new Adam McKay movie?
Yeah,
it's got everybody in it.
I'll be skipping that one.
Really?
I think I'm done with Adam McKay in general. I haven't liked most of his. I don't know. He leans so far in one direction. It's kind of annoying. So I get it. So I don't like when somebody doesn't tell both sides of a story. And this just looked like the cast. It looked like it's going to be a train wreck because of what we say all the time. It's too good to be true. So, and I'm not a big Leonardo DiCaprio guy.
That's true. I do like Leo, and I like this cast. And Adam McKay, I liked. I mean, Vice was fine. Is what it was. But I liked The Big Short a lot.
Big Short was fine. It was okay. It was good, but it there was no need to watch it a second time.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
watch it again.
It just evaporated from my brain shortly after. But I mean, I liked it when I was watching, and we saw it in the theater, I think.
Yeah.
And then Vice, I couldn't even get halfway through it. I was just like, oh, okay, I get it. So good performance, but it's just like like I said, just so far in one direction. Like, just tell both sides of the story. Don't lean one way or the other. Just
Was this?
tell the
I
truth.
mean, I can't remember. This isn't a true story.
I don't believe.
So,
I don't
it's just
believe.
his own narrative. So you won't have that. But I don't know. It's coming out on Netflix, so high profile.
That's the
Netflix
reason I'm
movie.
not going to see it.
He actually can't see it.
Chris can help
Because
you
I
out.
broke up with him. I am excited about the Come On trailer. This really, like, this is my jam. I'm all in for this one. This looks great. This looks
Yep.
fantastic.
It looks.
This is my Matrix.
I'm not going to say what gave it away
So weird.
that it was
comparison.
something you would enjoy. There's a few things, but yeah. No, I'm excited for this too. It looked really good.
Yeah, it just looked. It looked like a simple story, but it looked like a sweet story. And Joaquin Phoenix looked like he's gonna be acting better than everybody else in the world again. So it just, I don't know. I'm excited about it. So
Yep.
we'll see.
Agreed. You guys, I didn't get to make a graphic for it, but this trailer dropped before we started recording. Did y'all watch the Nightmare Alley trailer? Del Toro's?
I didn't.
No,
have the
I
time
want
watch
to.
it.
I was watching Ted Lasso though before I came up here, so I haven't had a chance to.
It looks really good. I'm excited. I didn't even know this movie was a thing until a few days ago. They released some stills from it, but
Cast looks great.
yeah. It just screams like noir, like, like old time cinema.
Mhm.
And of course it has that great visual flair with Del Toro, and there's like a monster element teasing going on with it, like a sideshow circus type thing. So yeah, I'm stoked for that.
I mean, I'll see it for sure. I don't even need to see it. If Del Toro puts something out, I'll go watch it just because I trust him as a filmmaker. I'm not saying I like everything he's done, but I like him so much that I'll go see it. I'm kind of watching it right now with the sound off, and the visuals look great.
Yep.
Like you said, the cast is great. So, yeah.
Yep.
I'll definitely see it.
If you're listening and you haven't seen it, go check out the trailer. And you too, Ryan. You should check out the trailer.
It's got Kate Blanchett in it. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's great.
Agreed.
Willem Dafoe, Bradley Cooper. Yeah,
Can't go wrong. And the thing is, they're great actors, but a great director can pull out great.
We'll wait. Just give him a second.
That's kind of what his face looks like when we're taking.
How about now?
There he is. Are you in Royston?
Yeah.
Is that where your convention is? Staying at the Royston Inn?
Guest bedroom. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, did you guys watch anything in the last 2 weeks worth talking about, Al?
Hang on. No. Brandon, did you watch anything?
Well, yes.
Let's just get my one movie out of the way.
That's what I was going to let y'all talk for a little while, because I'm not going to go through all mine. I watched a crap ton of stuff towards the beginning of my quarantine. And then not so much towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, what'd you watch?
So Katie and I watched Kate on Netflix, which I wasn't gonna watch because that's just sour taste in my mouth from Gunpowder Milkshake. But this movie was really entertaining, surprisingly. And there's the action, camera work is all pretty unique. Obviously, as you can see from the trailer, pretty stylized movie also. Yeah. I don't know, Brandon, is this something that you were planning on watching at all? I'd be interested to see what you think about it.
I think I was probably in the same boat as you. After watching a handful of movies that took this John Wick, but with a female protagonist approach, and how poorly they did them. I was just kind of burnt out on it. By the time this one came out, I was just like, whatever. It's another one.
That's exactly how I felt.
and I just watched Gunpowder Milkshake, which was not great. But I've, like you and a few other people that I trust have said positive things about this one. So
this
I'm
is the
interested.
first
I don't know
one I've
how
seen they did it right. It definitely is in that vein.
I feel like it falls into that too late category for me. It's like I've already been burned so many times by these. My enthusiasm to watch a movie like this, even if they stuck the landing with this one, I'm just like, I'm just not motivated to watch it.
Sure.
But I have heard, like you're saying, good things.
If anybody out there has not watched it or was on the fence, I would say definitely give it a watch. It's worth the time. It's actually one that I may want to rewatch at one point, just because the action was so cool.
Yeah. That's cool. So you would recommend it. That's good to hear. Al, what'd you watch?
Well, with my movie club, we watched Misery.
Nice. I haven't seen that one in forever.
I've seen this movie.
This movie terrified me when I was a kid.
Oh,
My parents watched this one time when I was just like around and it was on. And I was like, this is so frightening. I was just like, is one of those like experience that this is what I always associate Kathy Bates with. Is this movie.
Well, that's most people. Yeah,
for sure.
She had a hard, so she won the Oscar for this movie. And I mean, she was great. I mean, she's it's such a good performance, such a fun little performance because she's so corny and such at the beginning, and then she's terrifying. And and also she has to act against James Caan, which he can make anybody look terrible. So because he's just not very good as an actor, he's just very one note, and it's hard to take him serious sometimes. But anyway, we're watching.
Had they not seen it before?
They one person. So there's like how many people are? There's like 6 people in my movie club, and I think one other outside of me. Yeah, the other 4 hadn't seen it, so they watched it, and it fell flat for Bobby. He said it was entertaining, but it was a little flat for him. A little meh.
Basement Blues. Let me know what you think about Kate when you watch it.
Yes, the scene. That's right, Tony.
Yep.
The scene. And that scene still was very, very much so, very effective in this viewing. So everybody's still wincing and kind of pulling away from the screen. So that is one of the most powerful scenes, I think, in cinema history. It has to be. But, this is a movie, it's made like pretty much like a textbook movie. So, but it's still a good watch. It's still entertaining. It's still one of the better Stephen King adaptations. So, I would say that this is still worth a good watch. Let me see. I had to sign up for Cinemax for us to watch like the trial for us to watch this because nobody else was streaming it, and you couldn't rent it or anything. You had to buy it for $15 if you wanted to watch it. Yeah. So one of those movies I just don't know why, but I just don't own it. So it's kind of surprising. I watched that with my mom when I was a kid, and I was like, that was so cool. So it kind of shows the difference in our brains. So
that was fun.
Yeah. Mom, I like comedies.
That's where it began. So I don't think I've seen it as an adult, so I need to rewatch it.
You're gonna
watch it with Luna.
Okay. Give her the same experience you had as a kid.
Yeah.
You're gonna call your mom over to sit with you while you watch it. Mama. So yeah, no, I really do enjoy it, and Kathy Bates. So yeah, she had a hard time getting any kind of job after this movie. So because she was tight, everybody wanted her to be the misery character. she wanted to grow. So hey, man, maybe that's most people do see her as that. Unfortunately,
Yep.
Unfortunately, I see her in the. I can't get the hot tub scene out of my brain from the About Schmidt movie with Jack Nicholson. Whew, that was a lot of body parts I didn't need to see in my lifetime. So that was terrifying.
Can't say I've seen that.
Oh, it's terrifying. I watched it, thought it was going to be a sweet little movie. And I was like, oh my God.
It's forever unclean.
Yeah, you cannot watch enough anything to get that out of your brain. Let me tell you something. So anyway. All right, Brandon, go down your roll call of everything.
Okay. I'll try and make this brief. So Chris had recommended to me a few weeks ago this 9/11 One Day in America series. It's a National Geographic series.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I think it was going weekly on, but I watched it on Hulu. And I watched it pretty much in one sitting. It was harrowing. It was, we all know this story, obviously, but it's having 20 years of distance between this and then watching this documentary and seeing this footage, tons and tons of boots on the ground footage that I'd never seen before. It was rough. It was pretty rough to watch, but it's a very, very well made documentary, and I'd recommend anybody check it out.
We watched the 60 Minutes after football on Sunday or before Sunday Night Football. Man, like it was almost like it's kind of what you're describing. Like I teared up several times, and it's just not a reaction I was expecting to have when we started watching it. It's crazy. There's so many stories packed in that day.
Right. Yeah. No.
You know what? Like I remember. I'm pretty sure everybody does, but I remember exactly where I was. Yeah. And Brandon, you're a big fan of POD. I was supposed to go see POD on the Tonight Show. I was living out in LA at the time. And I had gotten
their album dropped that day, Satellite.
Yeah, and they were going to be on Jay Leno, and I had every intention to go see them on that show. And I was doing shows out in LA and stuff, and I got home about 2:00 in the morning. September 10th, and September 11th, 2:00 in the morning. And then my mom, I was dead asleep, and my mom calls me. She says, "Are you okay?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just sleeping." "All right, I'll talk to you later, Mom. I gotta go to sleep. I'm tired. I gotta do some more shows tonight." She goes, "What is wrong with you? Get up and watch the news." I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to watch the news." It's like thinking it was like regular stuff, like stock market, it was just whatever, And the only thing I can liken it to, and I know it's not exactly the same, but the only thing that's ever glued me to the TV like that was the Columbine stuff. And I remember watching the Columbine as it happened live on the news. I was home sick from school or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I was home and I was on the phone with my grandfather, and we were talking about it, and he was showing me from his perspective, and I was coming from a very young perspective, and we were both noticing that the world had changed in both of those instances for forever, and it's one of those things where you realize, okay, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a grown person, and I gotta change the way I look at stuff. So what makes me sick about 9/11 nowadays though is I'm watching football, I'm watching all this stuff, and they're doing all these quote unquote tributes, but they're in the most like salacious way. They try to make money off of 9/11, and it drives me up a freaking wall. Like these families and such. Like the documentary, that's good. Okay, tell the history, that's great. But when I'm sitting there watching football and they're like, talking about they have a guy eating mayonnaise and pouring mayonnaise or whatever it is all over him, and then they go to like, and they're laughing and cutting them to like, and now come back for a 9/11 spot, and it's like you don't care whatsoever. You're just trying to make money off of it. And it drives me up a freaking wall. And I had to turn off game day. I had to turn off all that the other day because you can see straight through it. You can see exactly straight through it, and it drives me crazy because these poor people are going through all of this, and they have to relive it every single 9/11. Which, yeah, we never forget. I get all that, and we don't need to forget. Good Lord, man! I mean, don't sit there and pounce all over it. But if you do want to see a good movie about 9/11, watch. I think it's called Rain on Me or Rain Over Me, the Adam Sandler Don Cheadle movie. Adam Sandler is father, his wife, and I think 2 daughters were killed in one of the flights or something, and he's trying to overcome it. And that is like a heart-wrenching movie. And Don Cheadle's his friend trying to help him get through it. And that's a great performance by Adam Sandler. I thought it was effective. So
yeah, there was just another one put out, the Michael Keaton one, Worth. That just came out. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
that I hear is actually pretty good.
Okay,
I thought it was Netflix, but
I don't know. No. I'm not gonna say it wrong. But yeah, that Rain on. I can't remember. It's the title of a Who song, and I'm not the biggest Who fan. So, or is it Who or I think it's Who, not Bruce Springsteen. I think it's Who. Anyway, So anyway, yeah.
Have either of y'all ever been to the 9/11 memorial out there?
No.
Melissa and I went. It was probably 10 years ago at this point. That's another thing to experience at some point. It's just, I don't know. It's just so eerie, and so like that is a very, I don't know who designed that monument, but the water.
No, it's cool. Yeah,
it's very, very well designed.
I went shortly after, I say shortly after, but like when everything kind of simmered down a bit out there to where everybody wasn't on red alert. I think it was like a year later. And I saw, like from afar, of course, I saw just where the 2 towers were. And that was perplexing, man. That just broke my brain. So it's something that, I don't want to get off on this, I promise, but it's something that, I don't know if everybody remembers this, but right after 9/11 happened, everybody kind of clamored together and like loved each other and all that stuff for about a week. And then we got to where we were at each other's throats for one problem or another. And if I can say anything, seriously, if 2 people see this, whatever, why can't we treat everybody like that all the freaking time, man? I mean, seriously, we're at each other's throats all the time about whatever. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I don't care about any of that. This is a movie show. But let's just love each other, It's just so silly, man. These movies have to remind us of that, and that's a great thing to remind us. But for crying out loud, man, it was so loving, and it was a beautiful thing to watch, especially from the perspective of living out in LA, because everybody was worried that LA was going to be hit next, because of big city and everything. So everybody's like on super high red alert everywhere, not just LA. But yeah, I remember flying for the first time after all that happened, and now they had the military and everything at the airports and everything, and that was terrifying. But But yeah, that changed the world, man. That changed the world for sure. And if you don't know the story, please go watch the documentary for sure. But
Yeah, I
it's
haven't seen the
heart-wrenching.
one that Ryan talked about, but I can definitely recommend the one that's on Hulu. And I think it's
So-
6 or 7 episodes.
Okay.
So
Well,
But-
sorry, didn't mean to get off on a tangent. All right, what else did you watch?
So after that, I finally got around to watching Val on
Oh
Prime.
yeah,
I know Ryan's seen it now. Did you ever watch it?
I watched some of it and it made me sad,
Yeah,
and I didn't want to watch it anymore.
I thought it was great. I mean, it's a very kind of warts and all approach. And
I love just I don't know his energy and everything through it.
I liked all that. It's hard
Beats
for me
with
to
his son
watch
and stuff.
him without his, what's it called, the voice box or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to. I don't know. I just felt bad for him, and I enjoyed some of the pieces and everything.
yeah,
It was done very well, Tony.
yeah,
And
it's
I
a
enjoyed
crazy
what I saw, but it was bad.
coincidence.
I wasn't in the right mood.
I just love that he had so much footage, like that he's been kind of chronicling his entire
Yeah,
life.
that's pretty cool.
I didn't know a lot of the stuff about his childhood, like his brother dying in the pool or the hot tub, and But yeah, I mean, it was a good look at kind of his whole story and where he is now and his outlook, and it really motivated me I wanted to watch something that he was in. And I've had this on my list for a while and I've just never gotten around to watching it. So I put in Heat.
Oh, nice.
I also have
watched
not seen
that.
this.
You've not seen that?
Yeah, I
wow.
have the director's cut or whatever it is, definitive cut or whatever, something like that. Basement Blues can let us know. He knows all the cuts. I'm sure he's got them all. But yeah, this is the first time I'd watched this. It's a great movie. I love this. It was super fun to watch. It's obviously got a great cast.
You ever watched the news and everything about that real event?
No,
Dude,
no.
it's insane.
Yeah.
The real event, like the movie is insane, don't get me wrong, but the real event is bonkers, man. It's crazy. I would like to see an extensive documentary on that. If there is one and I don't know about it, please tell me about it in the comments. I'm more than wanting to watch something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, LA shootout. It was crazy.
It was really great watching like prime De Niro and Pacino, Kilmer. And then
The
even
one line from Pacino in that movie is my favorite Pacino line of all time. Got a grater.
I and then like was it Tom Sizemore is in it?
Yeah.
He's so good too. Like
Yeah, he just has too many demons. It's sad, but yeah, it's good.
And then you got like Ashley Judd. It's a great cast. But and then I got a lot of, I don't know if this is true, if he took inspiration from this movie, but I got a lot of Dark Knight vibes watching this movie. Like Nolan looked at this movie for inspiration for Dark Knight. And I haven't looked into that to see if that's the case, but just visually, tonally, and like the score is kind of reminiscent of Dark Knight at times. But yeah, anyway, if you haven't seen it or haven't seen it in a while, what's crazy is I was watching, I watched it because of Val, and Val in the documentary, they talk about him going from Batman Forever to the set of Heat and just, never stopping. Apparently Val, when he was making The Doors, did a stage dive, and one of the guys that was supposed to catch him didn't catch him. He landed on his elbow, and he got this crazy growth on his elbow. And if you watch Heat, you can see that growth. Like it's the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen on a person's like limb. Like it was just like it's like a baseball on his elbow.
Right.
Go back and watch Heat. It's very prominent when he's like at his apartment. You can see it.
I tell you
I
what,
think
if
it's
you like
gone
this,
away at this point, but
if you like this movie, Michael Mann, and you guys can borrow it if you want. I own the Criterion of Thief. You might like that because Thief inspired Drive a great deal. So, yeah, I mean it's a slower paced movie than Drive is a little more stylistic and such, but it was definitely inspired by Thief. So, and I bought Thief, the Mondo vinyl as well.
Got to check out that elbow growth.
Yep.
Yeah.
A quick little Google would also suffice, but yeah, go watch it. So yeah, all right. And then another movie that I watched that you guys have been waiting with bated breath for me to watch is Nobody.
Oh my
nice.
gosh!
So watch this.
You should
great.
get COVID more often.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I got COVID and I isolated from my family down here in the basement in the theater, essentially. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm knocking out so many things on my list. 2 days later, Melissa got diagnosed. She got confirmed with COVID. And the doctor's like, your husband can come reintegrate with your family since you got it. And she texted me that. And I was like, no, I was watching so many movies.
Just when I was about to watch Robocop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't watch
But no, this movie was great.
It's awesome, right? So good.
Yeah. I thought Odenkirk was amazing in this movie.
The scene where they're at the tattoo parlor is so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this movie was a great balance of comedy and action. And
well,
I was excited to buy
seemed
it.
to really put in the work for this versus like a lot of movies, just like Gunpowder Milkshake. It was not believable, any of this hand-to-hand combat stuff, but Bob Odenkirk seemed to really dedicate himself to making this look believable. Or maybe it's also a directing thing as well. It's better director in this one. But yeah, I thought it was.
Hang on.
I thought everybody.
Hang on. Did you watch my copy of this?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Without the sleeve on it, so now it has COVID. That's why I have sleeves, people. So you demand I don't put sleeves on movies, and then you touch them with your cooties.
Yeah, and if you're confused about what sleeves are and how to put them on a Blu-ray, there's a video that I'll put together.
We'll drop it down here in the description.
Let me tell you something. There's videos out there of how to put certain things on bananas.
What?
And I'm just saying.
Peanut
why
butter?
Can't I make a video?
Banana stand?
Of how to
Arrested
help
Development?
people protect their movies.
Chocolate syrup?
Yeah.
Ice cream? Well, I guess I'll just keep it. You can buy another one. But yeah. And it was also great to see Christopher Lloyd in something because I hadn't seen him anything in so long. So
yeah, no, he was
nice.
It was great. That was a great reveal that they did in the old folks' home and such. I liked it. I like the bus scene a lot. I thought that was filmed very well. It was pretty darn good. But anyway, I really did enjoy that movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it a second time.
Yeah, I want to watch it with Melissa. I just watched it by myself. So
yeah, I didn't know that I would like it that much as I did. It wasn't as good as Upgrade, but it was nearing Upgrade level excitement for me. So
yeah,
I'm excited. So anyway,
cool. Well,
dumb action movie.
I got a few more things to knock out.
Okay.
So I started the Only Murders in the Building show that's on Hulu.
Nice. And Katie want to watch this?
I would
Yeah, I want
recommend
to
this
watch
to
it.
anyone.
I want to watch it.
This show is really good.
Yeah, Steve Martin. Of course it is.
Steve Martin, Martin Short, the
Selena
other
Gomez.
girl. That
Selena
yes,
Gomez.
know her name. I'm too old to know who she is.
Got a 12-year-old's face. Yeah.
And she's good in it. I didn't know a lot about this show going into it, but I just love Steve Martin, Martin Short. So I was like, yeah, I'll watch that. Why not? And they're releasing it weekly. So I think there's 5 episodes out now, but every Tuesday a new episode drops.
How many are they? Or are they going to do?
I think they're doing 10, but I also saw that, I mean, they've already gotten greenlit for a second season. So
Gotcha.
Nice.
but Steve Martin created the show. It's, if you like murder mystery podcasts, it has a hook with, that kind of thing there. Yeah, it's just really well done. It's funny. It's super witty, and it's very there's a lot of cool, like it kind of has a kind of an artsy vibe to it at times, where they take some swings and do some really cool things, inventive things to tell the narrative. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I got Melissa. This was one of them that I watched everything that was available while I was quarantining from Melissa, and then last week I was like, you should watch this because you'd like it. So I rewatched everything that is already out. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's on Hulu
Cool.
exclusively. And then the last thing that I watched,
I
know you're not going to believe me.
Take it off the screen. Take it off the screen right now. You didn't do it.
Really? You're going to sit here and lie to our faces?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You can think that.
No, you didn't do it. No, you watched a YouTube video that told you some key points in it, so you can get off this.
Oh, Brandon read the Wikipedia page. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I watched that again.
Yeah.
Don't believe the lies. That was the fever dream.
And I watched The Matrix last week.
Yeah. That was the fever causing you to think you watched it. You didn't really watch it. So anyway,
That's true. It's a dream.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah. So, knowing Brandon, he probably watched Robocop 3 first. So, it was the one I was most interested in.
That's the first one, right? It's like a George Lucas episode 4 type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RoboCop 3 is a work of garbage art. I mean, it is terrible. Like, they took that and made it into like a PG-13 movie. It was awful. So, all right.
Peter Weller isn't in that one, is he?
No, he is not.
Yeah.
He's not. He's in the first 2. Which part 2 is a great movie. It's not as good as the first one, but it is still a fun movie. I mean, Brandon wouldn't know. But anyway, did you guys buy any physical media this week?
I did not. Got nothing.
I got some physical media gifted to me this week by Mr. Al. I don't have it down here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I heard.
But Al bought me The Dark Knight on vinyl, the same one that these two have already showed, I believe, on the podcast. So yeah, I got that. So appreciate that, Mr. Al.
Yeah, man. Brandon's got a birthday coming up, so thought it was only right that he had that because we both ordered it. So that's a good pressing. I like it. I enjoyed it. It's
yeah, man.
It's
got some heavy bass to it.
Yeah. Just some of that's like wobble bass.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to listen to it.
I got if you go on our Instagram, you can see I didn't bring them with me on my trip, but I got the Shining Mondo 7 inches. This is what Tony inspired me to buy. They had 2. It's the exact same 2 songs on the 7 inches, right? they had a red cover and a yellow cover, and then the vinyl are also different colors. One of the vinyl, the yellow cover vinyl, is the purple and green carpet pattern. It's those colors, and then the carpet pattern that everybody knows, the yellow and red and black. It's that. There we go. Thank you. And so it's fantastic. I have almost worn out one of them already. So it's like you just finish one side and you turn it. Just having the few little.
They're small, so you're turning it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's fantastic though. It's absolutely fantastic. I bought 2 sets of these. One I could open, one I could keep sealed because I am that big of a fan of The Shining. Brandon knows I wouldn't sell him one of my Blu-rays that I had double copies of. It turned into a very awkward conversation.
Al, can I just buy one? You got 2, 3 now. So he was like,
it's okay, Al.
I was like, they still have them at Best Buy. And Brandon's like, you don't want to sell it. It's okay.
Yep.
Oh, boy. So stupid. So I'm really excited to get back home so I can listen to that. Let me tell you a quick little story. I went to a couple record stores out here, and I won't name the record stores. But one of the record stores, they mandated that you wear a mask inside. So I'm like, okay, fine. It's your store. I'm going to wear a mask and respect your store. So I put the mask on over my nose, everything. And I'm walking around, and I have a relatively big face and like pointy nose. So the mask just kind of slides off my nose if I situate my face anyway. So it just kind of came to the tip of my nose, but it wasn't off my nose. And I'm not messing with it with my hand or anything. I'm just looking around for records, and I asked these guys and Chris if they wanted me to look for anything, and Ryan asked me to look for something in particular. So I was looking for that, and this guy came up to me and said, could you put your mask on, please? I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I just situated. Could you put it over your nose? I said, yeah, no problem. So I kind of slid it over my nose, and then I'm not even kidding. This guy walked around the store and was peeking over things and watching me, like to see if my mask was going to fall down. And I was just like, let's put this book right here. It was just like, there was like a box set, and he was just like,
It's awesome.
I was like, what is wrong with you? So anyway, my mask eventually, I yawned and it kind of slid down, but it was still on the top of my nose. But he was like, sir. And he like got so excited about it. He's like, sir, we're going to need you to put that on your nose. And I was like, dude, leave me alone. And I was like, it's on the bottom of my nose. Do you see that? It's covering up the holes. So none of my breath is getting out. I'm sorry. It's going to move on my face. I didn't touch it with my hand. And he goes, oh, okay. And just walks off like, oh, okay. And just walks off like, that's all it took. Like, you're following me around the store and stuff, you weirdo. So I left. So then I immediately said, hey, do you guys have any Lindsey Buckingham albums? Like, after I yelled at him. So then I walked out of there, left because they didn't have what I wanted. I went down to this other one, and and it was that was the one I sent you as the video of the store, which I'll put that up on Instagram. It's a pretty cool store. But anyway, that store was like $20 to $30 per record more than anywhere else I've been. Like a $30 record anywhere else was like 50 or 60 there.
They had to pay for that real estate.
And I was like, they aren't following me around. I don't care about the mask thing. It's not it. It's the following me around the store. It was just weird. So they aren't, hounding me, and they were really cool guys. So I wanted to buy something, but I couldn't fathom spending that kind of money. So I just left. I said to leave. But when I left, there were 2 guys there when I first got there. And when I left, there was one guy working the counter, And dude, this guy was in his 50s maybe, and his eyes were bloodshot, and he was like this on the desk. He didn't care if anybody was in there. He was just like so tired, and he fell asleep up there at the desk. And I was like, "Thank you," and he woke up like, "What?" So he's just like, so it was like such an old school place, and I loved it, but their stuff was so expensive, and I hated I couldn't buy anything. They had like all sorts of cool like old toys and stuff like that on the walls, and then they had a pretty good collection of records there too. So anyway, I'll shout that place out. That
Nice.
place, Rock and Roll Heaven in Orlando, is the record store. That's the good one of the two. I won't say the other one because there's no need to do that. All right, so we got some
Well,
movies
there's
coming
only
out.
two, so
No, there's a bunch of them.
just kidding.
There's a couple movies coming out this week. We got Cop Shop, Cry Macho, and Prisoners of the Ghostland. I don't know that I'll end up Cry Macho. I might try to watch since it's on HBO Max. Cop Shop, no thank you. Prisoners
Cop
of the
Shop
Ghost-
is the was it Joe Carnahan directing, and then Gerard Butler and Frank Grillo amongst others. But I didn't see the trailer for it. I've heard semi-positive things about it, but
I saw a trailer
listened to an
for
interview
it.
the other day with Frank Grillo about it. But
Yeah, I didn't like him in that movie we watched with Mel Gibson. What was that movie?
Boss Level,
Yeah, I didn't like
yeah,
him.
same director.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Prisoners of Ghostland, that Nicolas Cage one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one. So
What's going to be on VOD? So if you can't make it to the theater,
you might see it in theaters. Tony said from Basement Blues. That's awesome, man. It's good to go to theaters. Show them that people are back in there.
Yeah.
But I watched the trailer like twice for that, or maybe two different trailers for that. I don't know. And it's pretty sad to watch Clint Eastwood dying in front of your face in that movie. Like, it's just like, oh man. So
Yeah,
that
one does not have
one-
my interest at all.
same.
yeah, I don't know that it'll have the quippy lines like Gran Torino. So that movie is a comedy to me at this point. It's just so bad. Anyway, well, it might make it a double feature when I get home next week. I might try to make it a double feature and see Prisoners, Ghostland, and Pig. I still haven't seen Pig, so let's make a Nicolas Cage double feature.
Nice.
Jeff and I watched Demonic. Did you guys ever watch that?
Not yet.
Never got to.
Yeah.
That good, huh?
We were going to review it. I still think we should. But I want to talk about some other stuff because I don't know. All right, everybody. Ryan,
Cool.
you want to tell everybody where they can find us?
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm
Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, notification bell so you can stay updated on all the videos we're putting out. And give us a follow on Instagram at CiNEMACHiNEPod, and we have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/CiNEMACHiNEPod. Appreciate all the support we get there.
Yeah, and everybody, sorry we had to be off for the last 2 weeks, but it's
my fault.
nah. It's everybody that was at that bar's fault.
Yeah.
And they daddy's daddy.
But we're glad Rusty and everybody else that was COVID positive. We're glad everybody's on the mend or is healthy again. And if anybody else out there has had it, definitely want you to be healthy. But that does give you time to watch a few movies if everything works out for you. So please continue to watch a ton of movies, and please come back for the next CiNEMACHiNE. Thanks again for tuning in, and we promise we'll try to be back next week unless something else happens. So, all right, everybody.
So long.
Have a good night.